Breaking news: Nigeria's Police Inspector General brings back notorious police unit (SARS). The details: The Inspector General of Police, Alkali Baba Usman, has revived a notorious unit of the Nigerian police force, which was disbanded last year after end-SARS protests. The Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS). SARS was notorious for brutality, extrajudicial killings, and human rights abuse. In a statement obtained by Sahara reporters, the IGP was said to have released new terms and conditions on the operation of SARS officials. The police force also made phone numbers available for citizens to report harassment. According to Baba Usman, SARS has been reformed and the new rules of engagement are stated below. No SARS personnel is allowed to interface in any civil matter. They are not allowed to interfere in cybercrime, yahoo yahoo. No SARS personnel is allowed to conduct a stop and search exercise unless there is a distress call from victims or members of the public. They are not allowed to be involved in commercial matters, debt recovery, landlord versus tenant issues. They are not allowed to interfere in any social or relationship cases, marital matters, boyfriend or girlfriend relationship. They are strictly for armed robbery and kidnapping cases. Also, citizens are encouraged to report cases of harassment by any of its officials to the following office: DIG, Department of Operations. The phone numbers below: 080 37 02 56070, IGP X code 090 26 90 0729. The number you can call is 080 78 66 2130 and 081 74 04 1000. To send an SMS is 090 32 27 8905. On WhatsApp is 090 35 62 1377. Last October, there were massive protests in some states tagged End SARS, largely organized by youth, to call for an end to police brutality. They also demanded that SARS, a police unit notorious for human rights abuses, extrajudicial killings, and other atrocities, should be disbanded. But during the protests against police brutality, the Nigerian police unleashed more terror on peaceful protesters in many parts of the country, including at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos, the epicenter of the struggle. The repressive regime of Muhammadu Buhari was forced to disband SARS. It thereafter introduced the Special Weapons and Tactics Team, which made many Nigeria described as not different from the disbanded SARS. Meanwhile, the Police Inspector General, Baba Usman, once said the disbandment of SARS had created a vacuum in policing the country. He added that the morale of police officers in the country had been low since the end SARS protest in October 2020. The Inspector General of Police brings back notorious police units called SARS. As we all know that SARS was notorious for brutality, extrajudicial killings, and human rights abuses. When they were last year, when they were carrying out their duties, it was seen that the SARS members, they are notorious for brutality. They kill, they invade privacy, extrajudicial killings, and even human rights abuses, poking into matters that does not concern them, poking into matters that it is not a criminal sin, like a boyfriend versus girlfriend issue, houseboy versus madam issue, and so on and so forth. But the IGP said that the reason why he brought back the notorious police unit, which is SARS, is for them to be strictly for armed robbery and kidnapping cases, not commercial cases, not debt recovery, not interfering in cybercrime, which is called Yahoo Yahoo, not involved in allowing them to conduct a stop and search exercise. The IGP is saying they have released new terms and conditions for the operations of the SARS officials, and it made phone numbers available for citizens to report harassment of the SARS. The new rules of the engagement have been stated, and some of them involved, they are not allowed to interfere in cybercrime, which is called the Yahoo Yahoo. They are not allowed to conduct a stop and search exercise. As we can recall that the SARS members, then they conduct a stop and search, even when it is not their duty. They interfere in cyber crime. They also interfere in any civil matter. They interfere in commercial matters, debt recovery, landlord versus tenant issues. They interfere in social relationship cases. They interfere in boyfriend or girlfriend relationship. But the IGP is saying that they are strictly for armed robbery and kidnapping cases because of the rampant armed robbery and kidnapping cases that is occurring. And it dished out numbers, both numbers of the Department of Operation, numbers of the IGPS code, and numbers that we can call in, and even gave numbers that we can send SMS, and he gave number of where we can chat them on WhatsApp. Last year, October, we should know that there was massive protest in some states, and it was tagged EndSARS, largely organized by youth. But the police came out and there was police brutality, whereby they unleashed more terror on peaceful protesters in many parts of the country, including at Lekki Toll Gate in Lagos, where many youths' lives were gone. Tens of thousands in Nigeria has been demonstrating 2 weeks now against the now disbanded police unit, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. This was last year when excise protest was in Nigeria. That rights groups had for years accused for extortion, harassment, torture, and members. And now, the Inspector General said he has brought back the notorious police force, which is SARS, but it is for them to involve in the case of armed robbery and kidnapping, and not for them to be involved in other crimes that is not their business. Thank you, my listeners, for listening. Do have a good day.